Qu'est-ce que vous comprenez par vedette
Mettons, avant de signer ou de réaliser le film avec Marcel Camus, vous étiez une petite comédienne, une danseuse.
Oui.
Est-ce qu'après, quand ce film a obtenu le succès, tout de suite, on a fait de Marpessa Dawn une vedette?
Oui, on a fait de Marpessa Dawn une vedette. Je ne sais pas si je comprends très bien le mot vedette.
Alors comment comprenez-vous le mot vedette?
Le mot vedette pour moi c'est très superficial.
Alors une petite américaine vient en Europe passer des vacances et devient la vedette d'un film mondialement connu maintenant. Alors vous n'étiez pas vedette?
Je ne sais pas ce que j'étais pour les autres. Moi, j'ai toujours voulu faire mon travail en tant que comédienne, actrice. Et jusqu'ici, j'ai toujours eu la chance de continuer à travailler dans ce domaine. En vedette, je ne sais pas.
Hey friend, welcome to my channel Karine Alourde, where we deep dive and break down the most iconic stars in history. If you're not yet subscribed, please be sure to do so and turn your notifications on so you never miss an upload. Today we are talking about the very beautiful but mysterious Marpessa Dawn. She was featured in the November 1959 issue of Ebony magazine and has been praised as one of Ebony magazine's prettiest cover girls. She is widely regarded as a great beauty. She really created frenzy in America when she first came out because people were just stunned by her. I mean, she looks gorgeous. You guys have no idea just how much I scoured the internet for any piece of information I could find on Marpessa Dawn and was left empty-handed. She lived a very private life and rarely has any interviews out there about her, except for one that I was able to find. She is like this mythical creature that everyone loved and adored but barely knew anything about. Everyone mentioned her. How come so many people mentioned her but there's not much about her out there? She came and conquered for a little while and then suddenly disappeared until news of her death. But in today's breakdown, we will discuss as much as we can on what little we know of this dreamy beauty because she was requested so much. And I must say, you guys' requests taught me about Miss Marpessa Dawn. I haven't heard of her before this, but I was very intrigued in just how she talks, how she sings, and I'm quickly a fan. But before we get into it, doesn't she look like Phylicia Rashad a little bit? I did a video breakdown for Phylicia Rashad. Also, I'll put that in the end cards. But I was like, my goodness, that could have been her sister, her mom, her aunt. Like, they look a lot alike and they kind of talk a lot. They have similar mannerisms. If you've seen her movies and her mannerisms, the way she talks, they really do look alike. I couldn't find like her favorite foods or favorite color or anything like that, but I did want to dissect, before we get into her childhood, just what really made her so popular in the era that she was in, that was like this mythical, mysterious figure. I always talk about the importance of starlets, just having that air of mystery, not letting too many people know what's going on with you. And she definitely embodied that. She really lived a low-key life even when she was deep in the press. And when you see the interview, you see that even the way the guy was asking the question, she was very timid and answering very shortly with a smile, very polite, but not giving too much detail. And I kind of love when starlets have that effect, that kind of shy, mysterious effect, and they're not all, you know. Princess Diana had that effect. I did a video breakdown for her yesterday on that, and I loved how she embodied that. The other thing that made her really, really popular was, of course, her beauty. This era, the golden age of Hollywood, and whether you were in Brazil or France or wherever you were as a starlet, people were obsessed with beauty back then, okay? The stars, they just looked so well polished, well together, that when she first came on the scene, people didn't know what to make of her. She went and played Brazilian characters when she was not a Brazilian. She went to France and learned the language. when she was not French. She like embodied every culture, and wherever she found herself traveling to, she became that person. She became like water, became that person.
Et quand on a vu Orfenegro, on s'imagine que vous êtes une authentique brésilienne.
Oui. Non, je suis de père philippin et mère américaine. Oui.
Those things really, really helped. I'm not even gonna front. I really think her beauty really played a major role in this Marpessa Dawn craze that has come off very recently. Just that natural beauty, you know, going back to the basics. Now, as far as her childhood, Marpessa Dawn was born on January 3rd, 1934. She is also known as Gypsy Marpessa Dawn Minor. What a beautiful name, right? She was born on a farm to a black mother and a Filipino father.
Avant tout, je voudrais vous poser des questions peut-être indiscrètes. Vous êtes originaire de quelle région?
Je suis née aux États-Unis, près de Pittsburgh, dans une ferme.
Dans une ferme, aux États-Unis.
And she grew up very modestly and wanted more for herself, you know? A small town girl in a small farm was not going to get her where she wanted to go. She decided she needed to go to Europe, and before leaving for Europe as a teenager, she was a lab technician in New York. So while Dawn was living in the United States, she experienced a great deal of racial discrimination, and she had high hopes of finding more acceptance in Europe like many other starlets did of that day. Like Eartha Kitt, I did a breakdown for her also. Travel abroad and get success and then come back to the United States. But in England, she got her start doing small roles on television. She worked tirelessly waiting for her big break, but England did not have much to offer her except those same small roles. So soon after, in 1953, she moved to France, where she occasionally worked as a maid in a French home, where she also learned to speak the language. She never lost sight of her need to succeed, though, and to make a little more money and get her name out there, Marpessa performed as a singer and dancer in nightclubs. That is also where she met her first husband and director, Marcel Camus. They cast her as Eurydice in his film Black Orpheus when she was just 24 years old.
Qu'est-ce que vous faisiez? Est-ce que vous étiez artiste? Est-ce que vous étiez...
Non, à ce moment-là, j'étais danseuse. Je n'avais pas encore travaillé, sauf à l'école. Je n'avais pas travaillé comme actrice ou comédienne. J'ai commencé à Paris en faisant des petits trucs dans des films, comme danseuse ou comme figurante. Et puis jusqu'au moment où j'ai eu ce rôle dans La fille Elisa, ça s'appelait ce film.
Oui.
And comment below if you've ever seen the movie Black Orpheus. I see a lot of mixed reviews about that, but we'll talk about that later. The film did win the Palme d'Or at the 1959 Cannes Film Festival and the 1960 Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film. And the Palme d'Or, as far as I know, is similar to like an Oscar, you know? So, a French Oscar. So,
Est-ce qu'on peut dire que pour vous, le film de Marcel Camus a été le vrai démarrage, le bon départ?
Ah oui, oui, ça on peut dire.
Ça vous a plu de tourner ce film?
Oh, beaucoup, beaucoup, beaucoup. J'ai beaucoup aimé les gens de Rio, les gens avec qui on a travaillé. C'était une expérience merveilleuse.
So many people love that movie, and it was also a hit in the United States. My parents even saw the movie. Many people thought that she was Brazilian, but she was actually American. Black Americans also quickly took a liking to her as well as the film because she played a Brazilian character in the movie. She benefited from the attention of the public for a number of years as Black Orpheus made its way around the international arts cinema circuit. And on the other hand, the movie ended up being her only shot at fame, unfortunately. It did provide her with some opportunities to appear on talk shows in the United States, but as time went on, those opportunities became fewer and further between. With Camus by her side, she made her way towards Europe. So Dawn worked in French film and TV. She had several theatrical roles, including a starring role in Chérie Noire, a successful stage comedy that toured France, Belgium, Switzerland, Tunisia, Algeria, and Morocco for 7 years, and Le Jardin des Délices by Fernando Arrabal with Delphine Seyrig in 1969. And I was glad that she got to tour the world, you know, a very cultured woman. Now, as far as her marriages go, in regards to her dating life, as we said before, she married Camus, who was the director of Black Orpheus, but they divorced not long after their wedding. Shortly after that, she married the Belgian actor George Eric van der Els. She met when the two of them appeared in the play at the American Center in Paris together. They chose to keep the details of their civil ceremony a secret, and Jet magazine wrote an article in their secret union saying, Marpessa Dawn, the US-born star of the Cannes Film Festival prize-winning film Black Orpheus, was secretly married in Paris to Belgian actor George-Yves Vanderels, 27, whom she met 6 months ago when they appeared together in a play at the American Center in Paris. The civil ceremony was held in such secrecy that nothing leaked out in the Paris press until a day after the wedding. Miss Dawn was catapulted to fame in Europe after Black Orpheus won the Golden Palm Award at this year's film festival. Filmed in Rio de Janeiro, it retold the Greek legend of Orpheus in a modern Rio, end quote. I think she really did go out of her way to be secretive about her life, and I like that, and just let her artistry speak for herself, because she really got married under people's noses and no one even caught wind of it. They went on to have 5 children together and 4 grandchildren. They were madly in love and could always be seen together being touchy and loving. The two were inseparable, and I'm so happy that they kept their relationship private, because that may have been why it was so successful in the first place. I also was able to find some charitable acts that she has done. Marpessa Dawn and her Belgian actor husband took part in a celebration for crippled children in Madrid, Spain. And Miss Dawn distributed 300 toys to children at the San Rafael home. And she did that pretty secretly also, because magazines were reporting, like, they were always chasing her down, trying to find out what she was doing. And her later career, on the other hand, was far less successful, unfortunately. She appeared in a documentary about Vinicius de Moraes, the author of the original play from which Black Orpheus was adapted, in 2005. And both she and her co-star in that film, Brazilian actor Bruno Melo, died of heart attacks 42 days apart in 2008, which was, the film that got them the most popular, and they played a couple in this. It was funny how they passed away 42 days apart. It reminds me of my Vanity video that I did with Prince. Vanity was Prince's ex-lover. If you haven't seen that, check that out also. And how Prince died right after she died, so close after each other. It reminded me of that. She was only 74 years old when she passed away in Paris, leaving 5 children and 4 grandchildren. She has continued to remain this mysterious beauty that captivated many who we wished we knew more about. She was also known to never really wear that much makeup at all, or makeup at all. She was a very natural lady, and even with her hair, she didn't like to do too much with it, and just like to really keep it simple. Maybe what makes Marpessa Dawn such a popular name now, Quincy Jones even came out and said that when people were accusing Quincy Jones of only dating white women, he came out, "Oh no, that's not true. I dated Black women. You see Marpessa Dawn? That was my girl." Yeah, he alleged that he was with her, but she never, she was never confirmed those things and never spoke on those things. She was just in Paris living her best life, okay? And Barack Obama, as far as the movie, The Black Orpheus, because I don't know if you guys would want a breakdown on that movie. That's what you guys are seeing in the slideshow, but Obama did speak about the movie in his book. He said he didn't really like it much, but he went to see it with his mother and just watched it because his mother was so excited to see it. It reminded her of her childhood. So I really do want to do a video breakdown on that if you guys are interested to see what's the hoopla, because there's people that's like, "Oh my goodness, it's the best movie ever, the cinematography, the colors." And there's some people that was like, it's subpar. It was overly hyped just because of the visuals and all of those things. It's like Island in the Sun, which I did a movie breakdown for, and I loved Island in the Sun. It was a great movie, but if I listened to critics, I would have not watched the movie. Island in the Sun was wonderful, okay? But I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Comment below what other mysterious figures would you guys like me to do a breakdown for. And sometimes when you guys request these iconic stars, some of them don't really have much to report on because they really just live that much of a secret life. But if you like the background music that you're listening to, the link is in the description. Make sure you thumbs up, subscribe, support. Until next time.